Edge is clearing up some things about his WWE status, so we'll see what's new there. We'll also check out who just name-dropped Mercedes Mone for a WWE return, latest with the Bloodline, and much more. Let's start things off with Edge. It was first reported earlier in the week that Edge's trainer did confirm that the August 18th edition of Smackdown will be Edge's final match, even though Edge did say he plans to retire in summer 2023. Some fans still weren't believing the rumors. But during a recent interview with ET Canada, Edge confirmed the speculations and rumors by saying that August 18th was the last match of his current WWE deal. And that 3-year contract that he signed with WWE back in 2020 has come to an end. Edge had this to say about the August 18th being his final match on his current deal, and if it'll be the final match of his career. Quote, "Here's what I can say honestly, and this isn't the answer that everybody's going to want. I truly don't know. I really, with 100% truth, can say I don't know. And that's strange for me, but I don't. I really don't. I put some thought into it, but not a lot. This is the last match on my current contract, so I don't know. I honestly don't know. I probably won't know until I get to the locker room that night and just decompress. I'm going to be 50 in October. You know, it's not easy anymore. Before, what I used to just take for granted to be able to do. Now there's a process and there's a fallout. There's a lot, you know? And it's the dream gig. But again, it's getting really hard. So I don't know. That's the most honest answer I can come up with." End quote. So what's confirmed is that following the August 18th edition of SmackDown, Edge has completed all of his contract obligations and fulfilled the deal. He's technically back to being a free agent. The part that's not confirmed yet if that match against Sheamus was the final match of his actual career. That's what's up in the air. It's just like if Edge finished a season of a sport. He's entering the off-season, and he's considering if he should return for the following new season. That's where it seems like Edge's head is at right now. He's going to take some time off after the Sheamus match to see if he can keep going, and if that desire is still there. If it is, he'll likely sign another extension. If it's not, he'll probably retire off the Sheamus match. Fans have also brought up another ideal scenario. Fans have been wondering if Edge could even sign with AEW following this break of him considering all options with his family. When Edge was preparing to return to the ring in late 2019, it was reported that Edge was entertaining and listening to offers from both WWE and AEW. Well, what if Edge decided to shake things up and head over to AEW for a little while? AEW is obviously where Edge's close friend, Christian Cage, is at. So maybe they would like to work together again one final time in their careers. Edge and Christian pretty much came into the industry together, so maybe there's a possibility that Edge wants to close his career with Christian as well. So that's something that a lot of fans think is still on the table for Edge. But even at 50 years old, if Edge has the desire to even continue for another year, it does seem like it'll be similar to 3 years ago, where he could be receiving and listening to offers from multiple companies. So Edge's status will be something to keep an eye on. He appears to be done for now, but he's unsure if he's retired for good. So that'll keep the door open for his return to the ring. Charlotte Flair was recently interviewed by Sports Illustrated, and the topic of potential WrestleMania 40 opponents came up. Charlotte Flair name-dropped Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, or even Mercedes Mone, formerly Sasha Banks, as her potential dream opponents for WrestleMania in 2024. Charlotte had this to say about meeting with Mercedes at WrestleMania. Quote, "We'll see what WrestleMania 40 brings, but you know what's crazy? Think of how much better we are now than we were then. We've both grown so much, you can't even compare it to before." End quote. So Charlotte has a good point there. Last time Mercedes and herself had a full feud, It was several years ago, when they were both still pretty new to the main roster of WWE, but at this point in their careers now, they're both even better than they were back then, and truly have everything mastered in the ring. So a modern day meeting between the both of them has a high possibility of being one of their greatest matches together ever. And even the other names on Charlotte Flair's list are also very interesting to hear. Obviously, a Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch match at WrestleMania would have some great story heading into it. Just look at their Survivor Series from a few years back. It was just a regular exhibition, champion versus champion match, but they had everyone invested in thinking there was a real-life tension there. So if they recreate that same look and feel to their story for a WrestleMania match, the fans would certainly eat it right up. Same thing goes for Bianca Belair versus Charlotte Flair. Fans have been waiting on that match for a while as well. We got a few quick glimpses of that feud with a Raw match between them a few years ago, and also with the buildup of SummerSlam 2023. Bianca and Charlotte were interacting a lot with each other during that time, but we're still yet to see a full-on feud and story solely between Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair. So WrestleMania could be the perfect place and time to make that match finally happen at. Some more big rumored plans surrounding the Bloodline members are starting to come out. The first big rumor is that Jimmy versus Jey taking place in the immediate future no longer appears to be the case. A lot of fans thought we'll see a quick turnaround with Jey versus Jimmy happening as soon as WWE Payback. But reports all seem to indicate that's not the plan at all. SummerSlam was the first step in splitting up the Usos and getting them ready for their first singles match with each other. But apparently it won't be taking place anytime soon. It's going to be a longer story with much longer setup, and the match itself will reportedly take place much down the line. A lot of fans seem to believe that Jimmy versus Jey will take place at WrestleMania 40, which could be true, but it's going to be extremely difficult to pay it off that big SummerSlam reveal with a match that takes place 8 months later. So maybe we'll see a lot of more twists and turns over the next few months that'll explain why the match gets delayed for so long. And for Roman Reigns, reports claim that it's now confirmed that he won't be at WWE Payback 2023, which some fans are bummed out by because Roman's current historic title reign all started at Payback back in 2020. So even though it would be a pretty good full circle moment if Roman was to step back into the Payback event for a title defense, but he apparently won't be at the show. So if the entire Bloodline won't have any matches at Payback, a premium live event main spot is open for the taking. The WWE World Heavyweight Championship still hasn't main evented a premium live event since its debut. So maybe this is the spot for the main event to finally take place. Maybe we'll see Seth Rollins versus Nakamura in the main event spot for Payback. The world title was made to act as the main WWE title whenever Roman Reigns isn't around. So this will be the perfect time to put it to use at WWE Payback. So we'll see who ends up taking that wide open main event spot. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.